Good morning. How are we doing today? Just do the last couple things. Going, streams going, doing all those things. All those things. Can't hear my own music, which I really want to. Oh. There we go. I can hear it too. How are you? Good morning. Hey, Rye, how's it going? Vixen, how are you this morning? Hope everything's going all right on this Sunday morning. We hang out and do our thing. Is that a voice? Is that a voice?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Sweet. Alrighty. So, good morning. Sunday with Scoob. Hanging out, painting minis, relaxing. It's a sunny day outside.
It is. It's supposed to be 80s, I think.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I like 80-degree weather. Yeah, it's sunny outside. There was a bluebird just kind of chilling on one of the posts for my deck and just all kind of puffed up and whatever play and everything. It's like, okay, either you just got out of the bath or, you know, something. Who knows? But yeah, it's a sunny day. Clear skies. Looks good. Might actually go outside after we're done today. Scary thought. But anyways, so it's Sunday Scoob. Hang out, chat with friends, paint miniatures, and just kind of chill. We got some nice soft tunes of the stream beats in the background. Go to streambeats.com to check out more about that DRM free music you can use for your videos and streams. It's the Gold album from Stream Beats. It's actually probably one of my favorite chill kind of soundtracks. Had our D&D games yesterday. Got a podcast on Tuesday, 9 p.m. over here on YouTube. It's Scuba and the Rye, where we hang out, chat about games and movies. We'll probably do a little bit about that today because, you know, it's just kind of free form and we chit chat. If you're in the chat, feel free to ask questions. I'll do my best to answer. And then on Saturdays is live D&D play. 1 p.m. is Shadow Watch. And at 8 p.m. is Challenge Accepted, to live play D&D games, 2 totally different adventures and campaign setups, but all the fun. So, Rye, how you doing this morning?
I am good. Just finishing up my review for the movie that I watched over the weekend.
Which movie was that?
The Father. The last of the... You know how I like to watch all the movies that were nominated for Oscars? And
yeah, that's the one Hopkins was nominated, won Best Actor, and and he's now has the record of being the oldest living person to win that award.
You are correct. He is the oldest, and I always tried to round out the nominated list, so I wanted to watch the last movie on that list, which was The Father. It's on Prime. You had to pay to rent it, but watched it. Had my thoughts. It was definitely an eye-opening experience. But I'll have my review posted, and we'll talk about it more on Tuesday.
Of course. Probably chat about some odds and ends stuff and everything. If you're watching this and you're liking this, feel free to hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe and the bell. I do have a voice line open through our Discord. Remember to try and do all those bang commands because it's all me and my lonesome. Bang. Discord.
Right.
If you want to jump into that voice channel, if you're a member of my casts for the D&D games, certain Patreon tiers. You want to hang out, if you want to support the studio via Patreon, one of the perks, depending on the tier you subscribe, you sponsor at, patronage at, you'll be given access to this voice line where you can jump in and chit chat, and we can just talk about whatever. Alrighty, so for that, let's kind of get into what we're doing. We have here a young blue dragon miniature. This is how I got it. I didn't get it in the blister pack or anything. It was just given to me like this. It looks like somebody attempted to paint the lightning that comes out in this purple ink. It's really kind of rough. I can probably rub most of it off, so I might redo that one later. But kind of get this out, set that to the side because we don't need that. The base is fairly straightforward. It's probably looking like maybe a rocky terrain. Need to double check what blue dragons consider their home hangout and kind of go from there. And then we have the miniature itself, which is a Wizkids miniature. I can tell from the texture and the way it feels. And it's got that pretty close to what a young dragon looks like. Case in point, here is the there's the image from the monster manual for Dungeons and Dragons. So it's pretty close likeness. So
Looks cool.
yeah, we're gonna paint that. We're gonna use Vallejo paints. I've got leftovers from the paint night kit where I did the zombie ogre and some other ones. I'm looking at this. I think I'm gonna go with a heavy khaki for the underside and the skin for the wings. And I'm probably gonna use a combination of heavy blue and magic blue for the top scales and the big kind of bony bits. Probably some bone white for the horn here in the top and the teeth, and then some dry brushing in there. Debating on the wash, maybe like a blue wash or a green wash. Not quite sure, but we'll see as we kind of get into it. So with that, grab out some brushes. Go with a really kind of big kind of brush because there's a lot of surface area to cover with this guy. So
You got it. You can do it.
yeah.
Lots of detail going to go into that dragon, but it's going to look nice once it's done.
Hopefully, we'll see. I got my wet palette here. Got a big wide brush. I've been slacking. I haven't been cleaning my brushes like I should have. Clean your brushes, people. Clean your brushes. Make them last longer. So I think we'll do a heavy blue, and then we'll probably dry brush on some of this magic blue to make some of the light areas pop. And I'm literally making this up as I go. I have no real plan coming into this. I'm a very new painter to miniatures, but I figured the best way to learn is to do. And I've got a lot of paints to kind of work from.
The more you do, the more you know. Practice.
Oh. How are you feeling? Okay. That good, huh?
Stupid shot.
My wife got her second COVID shot yesterday, and I had mine last week, and it really didn't put me down too badly. Her, on the other hand, yeah, it's not going so well.
That's the antibodies kicking in, so that's a plus. So
yeah, the antibodies coming in. It's probably a good thing. Worst part is my son was sent home early from work on Friday night, and then when his company policy is he has to go get checked out by the doc the following day. So he did that, and it turns out he tested positive for COVID. And it's like, really? The tail end of this, and now? I mean, come on. So
that's good to know.
Yeah, so he's doing that thing. I went in last night because I was supposed to start a new job on Monday, and so I went in yesterday to get a COVID test done. And since I wasn't displaying any symptoms, they did the regular test, so now I've got to wait. But even the doc was like, I mean, you got your vaccine in your system, so it's not uncommon for one person in the house to get it, but other people to not. So it's like, oh, okay. So wait and see. I mean, my daughter so far has tested negative. She was sick and went into the doc on Monday and got a test, and they came back with like less than 2 days saying, no, she's fine. So it's like, what are we gonna do?
Well, it happens that way, you know. Somebody I know where, household one person got it, the other ones never did. Or,
Yeah.
everybody got it, but one person didn't. So it's all a matter of
So,
physiology, I suppose. But
yeah, it's all a matter of perspective. So we'll kind of just see how it
but
goes.
you should be fine. Like you said, you've gotten shots. Marie's gotten shots.
Yeah,
I've
everybody's
gotten a
gotten the
shot.
shots, and I always give my son a hard time. It's like, dude, they opened the vaccine up for anybody for the last tier of like adults. You're 18, you can go get the shot done. You should make it a priority. And he misunderstood the company policy for the thing where it's like, hey, if I say I got the shot, then I can't work for like a week. It's like, no. If you've been around anybody who's been exposed to COVID and there's a chance you might have it, then you can't work for a week. It's like, it's not getting the vaccine. That's a totally different thing. But he's still learning to understand some of the context in certain phrases. So it is what it is. He's now sequestered into his room, has been hanging out there, which, to be fair, isn't much of a difference to his day-to-day life. But, let's be honest. Teenagers in this day and age are weird. Actually, I think teenagers are
Yeah.
weird no matter what generation, but...
That is true. I was definitely one of those people, but my weirdness carried on to my adulthood, so I keep the fight going.
Yep. Keep it going. Keep it going. Liking this. I like the extra opaque. I mean, I've heard people say it's really nice as far as, good coverage and stuff. You don't have to water it down too much. But I still water down my paints a little bit just because I want it to go a little smoother. And I don't want it to get too thick around some of the detail because, I mean, look at some of that detail for the skin dimpling for the scales and stuff. And it's like, I don't want to cover that up too much with a lot of excess paint. Constantly going back over and getting all those nooks and crannies as best I can on the first run because a lot of surface area to get with this guy. So, how y'all doing in the chat?
Everybody's good.
Hopefully. And I saw a couple people in there and a couple people. It's like, don't want them to feel like they can't shout out. I'm trying to look up and look at the chat while I'm doing this other stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat as I finish up this review.
Which I appreciate.
Nothing's going on so far. I know Vixen said good morning, so good morning to you, Vixen.
Yep, good morning, Vixen. Hope everything's
so
going well.
But yeah, today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the
yes,
mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
We will be going.
Went out this morning to Cracker Barrel, figuring
awesome.
go do that. And oh my God, that was like. There are some days you just don't want to go to certain places,
Yeah.
And today being one of them. I mean, we got in there really early, right? And it was like, we still had to wait like 20 minutes because there was a bunch of people waiting in line. And it's like, last I checked, all the mask mandates were still there, yet I saw quite a few people who weren't wearing masks at all. Or the masks they tried to wear were like, the old school bandana around the face.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wait a minute.
Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up.
Like, really? Really?
I can understand, the tiredness of wearing masks, but it's still there, people.
Yeah, it's still there. Exists. It's still a thing.
It's not going to be too long, hopefully, but it's still there. And yeah, I don't, I call it like this when it comes to the mask or just in general. When you go to someone's house, you respect their rules of the house.
Yeah.
No difference than going into a business. It's still a private business, and even with the mandate, you're going to respect it because you don't want people to disrespect your own stuff. The golden rule.
Well, that seems to be lost on a lot of people. It really does. I mean, I changed my mind. Change my mind, but there are a lot of people. It's like, well, I don't subscribe to that. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, if you don't subscribe to it, that's entirely your choice, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to sit there and be like, disrespectful, it's like you wonder why people get frustrated.
Yeah. And you wonder why, you know, people get mad. It's like, why are people doing this to me? Well, if you learn to have just some common decency and respect, you might not have certain reactions to your behavior, people.
Mm. Yeah.
But you know, like you said, it's not common. Like people like to hide things under rights, privileges, being freedom. It's like, okay, I get it. I get it. But
Yeah, there's
sometimes there's
definitely an
something called
argument to be made
decency
for
and
infringement,
respect.
but
Yeah, yeah.
on the
But
same token,
there is something called common decency and respect. It's a catch-22.
yeah, I kind of miss those days where you could have an argument and a discussion and a debate with someone, and you could at the end, and the end of it is, all right, I see your point, you see my point, we don't agree, but we can at least still get along. Now it's like, if your view isn't the same as my view, then you're wrong. It's like, how is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're you know, it's hard to have the common discord when people want to just be entrenched in, you know, certain things. There are facts, and then there's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
People, you know, and even when it comes to facts, people don't even want to agree on that. 2 + 2 is 4. Well, you know, if you carry the root course of square root, I'm like, come on, people. 2 + 2 is 4. Green is green, red is red. You drive a Jeep, I drive a Volkswagen. Facts are facts.
I
Well,
was
you
trying to say
know,
about
it's
Jeeps.
actually a wagon, and every vehicle brand has a wagon. I'm like, okay, I'm not arguing with you. Okay. I saw a Volkswagen logo on my car. It says Volkswagen. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Did you see? I don't know. I know I posted it in our odds and ends chat, but did you see? We're gonna release more content for the division.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Vixen got your second shot as well. Cool.
Awesome.
Glad you're
Way to
feeling
go,
well.
Vixen. Yep.
I think
When I
it's
got my
just.
second
I think
shot-
it's really just genetic lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. When I got my second shot, nothing. I had no effect.
I'm
So-
thinking I was already sick from like that sinus thing I was down with last week.
Yeah.
So when the shot started to affect, it was my body was like, dude, get in line.
Like we already have the dealio.
Yeah, we already got stuff going on. Why don't you just get in line in the back, have a Coke and a smile, and shush it. Blue doesn't look too bad on here.
Yeah, the new content for the division is actually a separate new game, a free-to-play game called Heartland, the Division Heartland.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be released end of this year, early next year. They haven't gave too much content, but it was put out there by Ubisoft. And then they also said more content coming for the Division 2.
Interesting.
But yeah, they said Division 2 is still thriving really good. So
I started, been working on Days Gone, and that game bores me. I mean, it has its nice elements. It really does. Don't get me wrong. But it was kind of one of those, I really don't... You know, like, it's a lot like when you read a book or play a game. It's like, okay, this game really excites me, or this book really excites me. I want to go back and listen to it and kind of go. And some games and books are kind of a slow burn. Like, you have to get into it for a little bit before you can, you know, get hooked, so to speak, right? But
yes, sir.
Days Gone really wasn't doing it for me. And I know so much about the game, maybe it's ruined for me, but it doesn't really excite me to experience it. So
Yeah.
I was looking at, there's another PlayStation game that I'm really excited about getting into. And I decided to purchase a copy on the PlayStation Store because it was only $40 for the Game of Year edition. And that was Insomniac's Spider-Man game. And yeah, that game, just after a couple hours of playing, I'm like, I'm looking forward to going back to this. I can't wait. Because that whole web slinging thing is legit addictive.
Yeah. Like that just I think that I remember when we talked on Scoob in the Rye when I talked about my playthrough of the Spider-Man game. How like the first after I got through the initial game, the opening, like literally spent 45 minutes just swinging around the city. That's all I did. That's all I did. Enjoying myself and just going wee every
Yeah.
time. But having played both games like you, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, I'll
sometimes you
probably
play.
still try to work my way through Days Gone, but again, I'm not entirely thrilled with, having to fight hordes. Because I mean, they had that. You have such a limited resource system to work in. And granted, I'm not putting myself on a high difficulty. I'm actually trying to go through it on easy so I can go through the story. But when it's just like, I think the last time I was in there, I like, you know what? I'm just going to ride around Lost Lake just to open up the map there and just kind of experience Lost Lake. And I was fine. Of course, I did that while I was waiting for Spider-Man to download, so maybe I had alternative motives, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I can understand. I don't know if it's a mixture of the difficulty, but I know for me playing Days Gone, there was a monotony that I couldn't get over, and I understand. Games have repetition. I can't be a hypocrite and say I don't play games that do, like Lord of the Rings Online, a lot of fetch quests, but there's just something about being in the world that you can't escape from.
Well,
And
Days
when you play a
Gone's got a
game,
really interesting world.
yeah,
It's just not very lived in. And
yeah,
the more you start realizing those little flaws, the more it's kind of game breaking where it's like, okay, they have the little things that kind of go off, but they don't go off very frequently. And it's like if it doesn't draw you over to them, it's hard to tell what's going on.
yeah. Well, I think that part of it doesn't really bother me because I understand it's a post-apocalyptic world, and I've played a lot of games like that. It's just there's a monotony in some of the quest stuff that I know I was doing. Um, where like if I'm playing an open world like Red Dead, even though it's in the vast wilderness and there's not a lot of stuff going on, there's something about the nature of of the game where it's very unorthodox. Like there's a lot of unexplained circumstances that happen, like
It's
alone
Mountain
in the
Dew.
woods. But yeah, I know the feeling on that game because you're not the only one that had the feeling with that game. There's a lot of people that play that game and just felt that it was boring. Even I believe a few reviews out there said it was kind of boring playing through with a lot of potential.
Yeah, it had a lot of potential, and as I've said before, it's coming. I mean, Days Gone's coming to PC this month, right?
Yeah,
And one of the things I'm actually really excited about is seeing what the modding community does with Days Gone.
that'll be interesting to see what they do.
Because I mean,
Uh,
and maybe I'm
because
basing it too much on what I know of what I've learned of the modding community when it comes to doing games like Elder Scroll, like Bethesda stuff, where they tend to kind of fix a lot of Bethesda's shortcomings in the mods. And I'm kind of wondering if they'll do some of the same thing with the with Days Gone.
he's gone. Yeah, they might. It just depends on the community because fans can get games remade or get sequels made. Or get
Well, I think
properties remade.
they officially axed the sequel to Days Gone, which I'm slightly disappointed about.
Yeah,
So
but I could see why they axed it because it like the first game didn't really make any money.
it didn't do well sales wise. It really didn't.
So you want to invest in a game again. Put millions into development. Hopefully, you want some return, just some. But
Yeah.
it might get picked up again. Who knows? There's always games that come back and get relived. So it happens.
I mean, they're going to do a remastered version of Last of Us for PlayStation 5 now. It's like, come on. Really? Let that one go.
And people will buy it.
I know. I know. I just think I think it's a little bit of overkill. But
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, but they probably tried to I read about that rumor and I know they were trying to coincide it, with the series on HBO. So, we'll see what happens.
yeah, I mean, it is one of PlayStation's flagship kind of games, so I can't knock that too much.
But I won't get it. Whenever I get a PS5, I'm not getting it. I'm gonna get whatever new IP I find.
Yeah, I
Which
think I
really
think
the
Insomniac's Spider-Man is the last major, aside from God of War. I think is the last major one, and for PlayStation that I'm really kind of excited about. And then I'm not sure what to do next. Now, granted, Spider-Man's going to take me a hot minute to finish.
I think that's like a 40-hour game, and that's not including the side stuff or trying to collect everything.
Yeah, and
So
I'm all for the collecting side. Like before I even got into the white spider suit, I was collecting as many backpacks around the area from the turning on those Oscorp surveillance things. Like, I want to get these backpacks.
oh yeah, unlocking all the suits is always a plus in that game. That was one of the big things I like doing in that game was getting all the suits in every single one of the suits. So even though I think there's like 20 plus suits, but I only use like 3 of them. And the one that I used the most, it was um the Iron Spidey suit, and that's because it has the kill mode. And yeah, having those extra arms when you're in a group of like 8 plus is very beneficial.
Gee, I
So
can't
that was
imagine
the one
why.
yeah, that was the one I used a lot. So, but I like unlocking all the suits. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, you're gonna have fun. Like I said, you might just sporadically just swinging and then coming across the crimes and just fighting the crimes.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fun figuring out the combat.
Yeah, and it's very frenetic. Like once you start getting into some of the battles and you start unlocking more moves, just chaining the commands is great. So and then using your environment as a weapons in certain fights is really good too. So
Yeah.
throwing like car doors and the sewer things, or throwing whatever is around you, um, sneaking around and then tying people up in webs. It's fun. My favorite,
Excuse me.
my favorite thing was always getting the person webbed and then swinging them and throwing them at people. I know it's a very simple move, but it was always funny to me.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to get that combo down.
Oh yeah,
I'm not very good at chaining combos in games.
uh, it'll take some time, but like once you get used to it, it's really quick. Well, I'm used to a lot of that stuff, so. But yeah, it makes me play Spider-Man again, but in time, working my way through other games.
Yeah, I figure I might, kind of alternate, give a couple hours love to Days Gone and kind of progress to where I can get my wrap up in the various camps. Like
Oh
unlock some.
yeah. Maybe maybe once you get all that, it might open up a little bit more. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like there's some things where it's like I'm kind of leery about taking on certain creatures like bears right now because I only got like the 22 rifle. I want to get up to like the M14 because it's like I really don't want to use automatic. I really don't want to use like the automatic weapons or the semi-auto ones, even though I've got them. Because even though they got a great rate of fire, they don't have quite a lot of stopping power. And
Yeah.
I like distant stuff, which I guess that's maybe another reason why I'm got some issues with Days Gone because there's such a heavy reliance on the melee combat.
Oh yeah, that game. Yeah, no, it's very methodical. I got a good distance into the game, but I just kind of moved on.
Yeah,
It happens from time to time.
I'm gonna get all the bony areas with the skin. Figure just a little bit of overlap onto the wing wouldn't be too bad for color transition. So many little nooks and crannies to try and get.
Yeah, there's a lot of crevices on that dragon, but you'll get it.
Yeah.
The blue will pop true.
Already not looking too bad with the blue on it.
Yeah, I like that blue. It's very cool. Has a cooling sensation to it.
Yeah. Considering this is a dragon that has lightning as its like primary breath weapon.
Oh, yeah. So.
But you know, this is the whole point of this Sunday morning thing. Is just kind of chill, relax, listen to music, paint some minis, idle chit chat as we go.
Yes, sir. That review is posted. Get ready. Talk about it later.
Said something about going to Hot Tuna today.
Yep. Take my mom out for Mother's Day. Going to Hot Tuna.
That's cool.
A local place. If anybody in chat wants to know, it's a local seafood restaurant in Virginia
There's a
Beach.
seafood place near me that I tried out for the first time on Friday. Called Shrimp Shack. Called Shrimp Shack. Had a po' boy. Wasn't bad.
Where is it located near you?
It's over near where the gym I go to is. In the shopping center
Okay.
with a Food Line off Cedar.
Okay, yeah, I know where that is. Definitely have to check it out one time.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, reservations were a last minute thing because I wasn't sure. The reason is because I was trying to, I wanted to try to get reservations early in the week because it's always, with Mother's Day it gets packed. But
yeah, that was the thing. Like,
I did.
Cracker Barrel was just insane with the amount of people. It was like we spent 20 minutes waiting, and then when we left, all the seats outside were just about filled with people waiting in line. But of course,
Which
inside
Cracker
the
Barrel did you
restaurant,
go
there's
to?
like no staff.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to. There's a breakfast place I want to try out, but I'll try it out another day. I didn't think today was a good day. Yeah, because the local breakfast places get packed quick too. So
Oh yeah,
make
because
it a special day like this, it's gonna be even more packed.
yeah.
Yeah, I know all the at least the local breakfast places they don't do any kind of reservations at all. It's first come first serve.
Yeah.
But I'll head up a breakfast place at some point. But hot tuna it is today, and then it's a week off for me, so that's going to be a relaxing week.
Nice.
No work and no school. I'm just waiting, still waiting for my final grades to be posted.
Still?
Well, there's 2 grades that haven't been posted yet.
Which 2 are those?
It's the one for the 555 students, the our project.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another grade, but she's has a lot of stuff to grade, so that's fine.
Yeah, want to give them their time so they can do it accurately.
So it's just really just 2 grades that need to be posted, and I check it all the time because I want to get my money from the company. But
Oh, the tuition assist through your company?
yeah. they'll give you money for whatever the cost is. Oh,
Excuse me.
speaking of which, it was posted.
Yay.
Okay, so she must have did it like late Friday night. What did it say? Hold on, let me look at the time because Blackboard, which is the app that ODU uses, you can look at the activity stream and see. So 14 hours ago she posted the grade. So if I'm looking at the time, 12:40, from 12 to 12 midnight, that's 12 hours. Add 2 more. So I was right. She posted it late on Friday night. No,
Nice.
wait. What's today? Late
Today's
Saturday
Sunday.
night.
And
Okay.
Sunday with Scoob.
Yeah. Duh. I'm stupid. Don't need to confirm that. You already knew. So
I'm not saying nothing.
I know, but it's all good. I just needed to see what did she post for my grade. So got that score. So I got a 129 out of 130 overall from the class.
That's not bad.
So that's an A, I would assume. Let's
Probably.
look at final.
Probably safe bet it's an A.
Yeah. ODU got 82. Login. I'll look at it in a little bit. Yep, that was it. Because, yeah, that means I can send an email. For my grades. And get the tuition money. You've been playing Days Gone and Spider-Man. I've just been playing Red Dead. That's really much it. I always skim the Game Pass to see if there's any other games to drop. But the one game, I told you that I'm looking to get, which doesn't drop till June, which is that Scarlet Nexus game.
Oh, really?
But hearing that news about New Division gets me excited, so definitely going to look forward to that.
Totally.
And really the big game this year that I know you're probably looking forward to, and I know I'm looking forward to, is Halo Infinite. So I am looking forward to that because I know I'm putting in many hours in that game, especially if it's built the way that they say it's built. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
We will be tag teaming on that game since we are already well prepared. We got our next gens and we're ready to go.
Yep.
Wait, do I need to get a headset? I don't think I need to get a headset. If I do, I can make an excuse to get a headset. I can talk myself into it.
I'm sure it'll be a very, very long and lengthy conversation of the pros and cons and whatnot.
The pros are it's awesome too. I don't need it, but I need it. In the cons, there's no cons, so therefore I need to get it. But yeah.
Trying to get into some of these nooks and crannies is really hard.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. Make sure I get all the primed areas that are in this blue region. Them all done. Oh, okay. I've got it all. Love how detailed the model is, but sometimes because it's so compact, it's hard to get all those little areas. Thankfully, the paint covers were not terrible. I can work my way up to the head. Inside his ears. I guess they're ears.
Oh yeah, I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow, Tuesday, they haven't posted the final grade yet.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I just want my money. That's all. Put
Always
it in.
something.
Cash it in. Cash it in. But it's all good. Mm. So I saw Netflix dropped another like superhero series
Yeah,
on
they
their
did.
channel. Came across it on Friday when I was trying to find, looking to see what if any new movie dropped on Netflix, and I saw it. It's like, I might watch this. Add it to the queue. Get to it in a little bit. But just working through Naruto. 500
really?
episodes. Like I said, yeah, I want to go back and finish it because I never finished it. So I just give it, I have time to get through it. Take my time getting through it.
It's understandable.
But that on top of, other things, other animes I'm watching, but yeah. I'm definitely did a new episode of the Bad Batch drop or what days are
New
they?
episode dropped on Friday.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. I haven't checked it out. I assumed there was one. I just never looked.
Yeah.
And then I got busy.
Yeah, I
other
checked it
things.
out. I enjoyed it. I mean, Bad Batch is definitely going to be an interesting show to see what develops.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I enjoyed the setup. It's you never, like you said, you never knew how long it was until you looked it up. It didn't feel that long because it was engaging.
Yeah.
In a very character driven way. So did a good job of dropping you in and getting you ready for what's to come.
Agreed.
Looking forward to it. 16 episodes, I believe, if I remember reading correctly online. But good amount, should help fill in the gap till other new shows drop that I'm looking forward to.
Well, I think we got
Like,
Bad Batch. Once Bad Batch is or close to when Bad Batch will be done, we've got Loki dropping, and that, of course, Loki's dropping next month.
yep,
Which will be interesting.
June 12th. I might be wrong on the date, but I know I read also they moved it up instead of being Friday drops. They're dropping it on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
For Loki.
There's a nice little video from Tom Hiddleston on that. Wednesday's the new Friday.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the video, but that does it sounds like a Tom Hiddleston thing to do. So, but what else? But yeah, I know the final season of Castlevania drops this month, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, the next season of Camp Cretaceous is going to drop this month. That'll be fun to see how that. I think the kids are going to try and get themselves off the island, and now it's going to turn into a Castaway type thing.
Well, hopefully they can get off the island. See what happens.
Yeah.
But.
Or it might be one of those things they try to get off and realize they can't get off.
Yeah. I don't remember if the next season of Stranger Things drops this year, but I know I saw the teaser trailer for that and it got me excited.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's a teaser. There's nothing, really that goes into explaining season 4, but it was very eerie and creepy.
That's Stranger Things
you
as
want
a whole.
from a Stranger Things teaser. So, but yeah, do want to bring this up to you. I don't know if you're interested or not, but Spiral, the new Saw movie with produced by Chris Rock, drops this week. You wanted to tag along and watch that with me.
Probably gonna
Angelica
pass.
doesn't like. Okay.
Not a big fan of the Saw films.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'm intrigued on what kind of twist they're spinning this. So, and then Angelica just doesn't like horror movies, so definitely going to have to find someone to come in with me on horror films because I love a good horror film. So it used to be a 2-to-1 vote with their sister. Now it's just It's like, you want to go or not go? She might go to some. She might go see Quiet Place Part 2, which drops this month too.
I
But
haven't even seen the first one yet.
yeah, first one, well, it's less of a horror, more of a suspense thriller. Um, but it's another one of those like horror films produced by a comedian, John Krasinski, which was fantastic. You know, so it's just one of those things that we were talking about. How it's like it seems like people that aren't truly associated with horror genres seem to be producing the better horror films. So,
I guess as the outlook is different, you
yeah,
know. I mean,
they
think about
do
a
a different
comedian.
spin.
A comedian is looking to take events and kind of put a spin on it to either get a laugh or add some commentary. So
Yeah.
that kind of eye, and then to sit there and do horror doesn't seem like it's too far outside the wheelhouse, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it does. Having somebody give a different spin or perspective helps to bring out better storytelling. It depends. Depends on what it is. But when you have somebody that wants to tackle it with a different vision, it can turn out with good results. So,
Yeah.
but and it's definitely if you haven't checked out A Quiet Place, I'm not sure where it is right now, where you could stream it, but
I could probably
somewhere.
find it on iTunes without much
Yeah.
difficulty if I wanted.
Welcome, Scott. Scott's in the chat. He said he's
Hey
done
Scott,
with
how you
all
doing?
the Mother's Day's calls. Welcome, Scott. But yeah, Quiet Place was one of my surprise favorite when it came out that year. I can't remember what year it came out, but it was really,
It's a couple of years at this point.
yeah. Because The Quiet Place Part 2 was actually supposed to come out last year, but we know what happened, so it got pushed to this year.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the final trailer because I didn't want any more stuff revealed for me, so I skipped the final trailer. They dropped like a couple days ago. So I was like, nope, it comes out in a couple weeks in theaters and I'll definitely be out there.
Well, I can wait.
I can wait. I don't want anything else. I want to be more surprised instead of knowing. So, good or bad, surprised. So, you never know.
Yeah.
But
I'll look over it, find some other spots where just the way the mold came through, paint coverage is kind of
looking
light.
very good there so far. I am going to step away for a few. Gotta check my laundry.
Alrighty. Through these the mold's really nice. A lot of crevices to run back into. Taking the time to go through that, trying to find as many of these spots as I can. Oh, there's one I kept missing behind this whole ear. Alrighty. Got it for You know, like watch with trailers so you don't get spoiled. That's legit. Alrighty. Okay, so I think we're good there on the blue. All that background noise. Just have to remind Rye to put himself on mute when he steps away, you know what I mean? It's all good, it's all good. Wow, an hour to get to this point. A lot of blue on these dragons. Or a lot of base paint on these dragons. It's okay. Now we will work ourselves over. Have a slightly smaller brush. There. Even better days. Now I'm going to use this heavy khaki to do all the underside stuff. Big old glob of that. Trying to use a basic line that I'm seeing in the mold. Kind of my line I'm trying to go to. Kind of a natural delineation between the scales. Okay, these are the underbelly scales, and these are where they transition to the upper body. It's little bits at a time. It's the adage is less is always more, you know? Then always come back and add more depth. Try to add more depth with additional layers later. It's not terrible. Just really kind of get the big bulk of it. Lines kind of work their way in. Inner part of the muscle, like right there. Oh. Hey, Toxic Asylum. How we doing? No, I put you on mute. Let me unmute you. Here you go. There's a lot of extra background noise while you're stepped away.
Okay. It probably is my mom.
Yep.
I should have muted from this side.
Yep.
But
that's okay.
I was catching up in the chat and I saw Scott posted something about a game back in the day getting re-released on the 7th.
Oh, the Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah, I used to play that game a lot. So I found the article and put it in the chat.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that this morning on my morning news brief through my Amazon Echo.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh snap, hold up, I have to look this up. So I was like, yeah, I might have to pick up this game because I used to have fun playing it. It's that action RPG that I love to play.
No, the thing is it's not it's a re-release. It's not a remaster.
Yeah.
I guess there's probably a little bit of a comment on that.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what the article said. It's just a 4K updated. So it says the re-release of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance will include updated resolutions, but retains the presentation of the original. It was a beloved two-player cooperative role-playing game in the vein of Blizzard's Diablo games, and played that. That and the sequel, Champions of Norath, which was fun in itself. But they said there's another one coming out in the summer called Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, which is going to shift the game's perspective to behind the back third person that plays a bit like the Gears of War series.
Interesting.
So I might have to pick this game up. I know it says $30, but
that's not terrible.
Sometimes there's just something about looking at these screenshots is bringing back memories of playing this game.
I never played it. So.
Yeah, I played it. It was on. I had it on PS2. And it's and I played it with my friends a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. We played that game a lot.
I get it. You played it a lot.
Yeah, a lot. But it was that Champions of Norath we played a lot. Halo Knights. But you know that those are there were certain games that was in the rotation because it was a co-op game, so it was fun playing with other people in the game. So I might have to check it out and download it.
Dude, let me know how it is.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. You know, and another co-op game makes me I should jump back into Torchlight 3. I was having some fun with that. I can kill some hours playing Torchlight, so
Oh, of course.
IGN's review of it.
IGN had a good review of it back when it was first released, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
But then it's amazing how it's like sometimes with a re-release the game loses some quality because now you have a new basis to compare it against.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it on IGN. Not searching.
I'm gonna give it like a 9 something.
I think back in the day they did. Oh, because I can't spell.
Spelling's overrated. That's why they have spell check and word processors.
They only have 2. Baldur's Gate 3 and Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gates. Maybe if I do a Google search. Just goes into talking about it. Two-player cooperative play returns. PC and mobile versions will be released later this year. It was originally released on December 2nd, 2001. It was later ported to GameCube. IGN gave it a 9.4 out of 10 back in the day.
Interesting.
And then they talk about how Dark Alliance spawned a PS2 exclusive EverQuest spinoff called Champions of Norath, which I just mentioned I played a lot of along with this game. So, I might pick it up. See, this is another case of, trying to preserve game history. Where did the YouTube go? There
Which isn't bad.
Yeah. The one I read was review of the IGN playthrough. Okay, I couldn't find the playthrough. I do another Google search, but this is just another case of, the game preservation. It's a good way to preserve the game. If you're not gonna remaster it, at least update it to being able to be played by people that have never experienced it.
Yeah, I can see the appeal. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. Scott says, I think it was this 20-minute gameplay. People were unhappy with the quality. Yeah, I can see why, because it is a PS2 game being upconverted, so.
You're gonna lose something in that up-res.
There's a lost in translation effect, but I think for at least a person like me who grew up playing with the game, it's not going to be that much of a bothersome. And the fact that I go back and play old games all the time, so it's not really a big bothersome.
Well, again, you have to acknowledge the fact that when the game came out, it was one thing, but now there's a whole new basis to compare it with when you're playing it now. to some other games because the technology has improved so much.
Yeah, I can see what Jelly was talking about.
I mean, you're gonna have that stuff every
no,
time
he
you
said
do
he was
that.
talking about the no. I got confused. Scott said he's talking about the new one in June, not the re-release. So the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance.
Ah,
Okay, let me go do some deep diving and trying to find it because I love seeing people's game theories and them cussing up Storm. Sometimes it's funny. Be like, why the heck did this happen? Bleep 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 bleep. Throwing controllers and whatnot. This guy's playthrough through Dark Alliance actually got me pumped. I might have to pick up this game. Where is the article?
doesn't look too bad for the underbelly scales.
It's looking good. Got the yellow, gold, yellow, yellow, gold. Looks
That's like a
honey
khaki
mustard
color. Now I can work on the
a Dijon
wings.
mustard color, which I like Dijon mustard. Interesting. That's a good blend, though. What's makes me think of uniform colors.
Trying to do the technique where I put the paint in and then just kind of push it in with the brush, get in right up on the edges. Don't want it to.
All right, let's go find people complaining about this game.
You're on a hunt now.
Oh yeah, because I like I said, I want to see. It's an IGN. Where is it?
Point of fact, I have not. If I watched a tutorial on how to do this dragon, I do not remember it. Literally going about this as what feels right to me. There's a lot of other ways to paint miniatures, by the way. No, I'm not intentionally borrowing that catchphrase, but I've made it my own.
Dungeons and Dragons Dark World. Shouldn't be released on the next gens.
Nice.
A link of a 20-minute walkthrough in the game
Mm-hmm.
in the chat, and it's a third person. Looks like a third person action
Okay.
game, action RPG. Pre-release gameplay footage. Four playable characters in D&D Dark Alliance. In this full mission from opening act of Dark Alliance.
Oh.
So it looks like it's a co-op, something that you, me can play.
Interesting. Interesting.
And this person looks like it's a ranger type of some kind. You can tell it is alpha footage. It is action oriented, so I could see how some that are used to D&D being a certain way might not like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be how it goes.
Hey Q, Q's in the chat.
Hey Q, how's it going? How's that looking?
That's looking good. I like that yellow blue is a good compliment. This actually looks like a game I'd play. Because I love
Really?
those action hack and slash.
Okay.
It seems more skill based. You have your quest objectives. You're picking up resources.
Okay.
Jump like 5 minutes into the video. I'm just jumping through, and they're switching to another character from the range character to looking like an action character, on the front lines.
Okay.
Offensive character, not range attacks. He's got a hammer. It's definitely RPG oriented because when you're hitting, it shows hit points.
Ah.
So yeah, this guy's offensive, heavy offensive set.
Okay.
Okay, there's one guy with a shield and sword, so I know what kind of class he is. Kill the monster.
Fighter class. There we go.
You know the class is better than me, but it looks interesting. Like they're probably, since it's pre-release footage, you're not seeing where the skill tree is coming from. They're just showing the combat. Let's fast forward a little bit. Here's a road. It looks like I fast forward to a road. Wait, is this the same woman from before? Yeah. I wanted to see highlight of another character. Okay, guy with the dwarf looked like hammer and sword. Or no, hammer and shield, I mean.
Okay.
He looks like a dwarf type. He's built like a dwarf type.
Well, dwarf is one of the core races in D&D, so wouldn't be surprised if it's not in.
Yeah, Scott's saying it looks like at least the four that they're highlighting in here: fighter, barbarian, range, and rogue. The four that they're highlighting in this playthrough.
Core classes.
Yeah. So looks like an action RPG based on the D&D lore with the skill sets. But action RPG because you're taking mobs on relentlessly.
Kind of like a lot like Diablo.
Small mob, big, yeah, definitely in that vein, but it's from the Gears of War perspective.
Okay.
Not the isometric perspective.
Gotcha.
It definitely looks like a game I might play. When does this release?
Not soon enough.
Okay, let's look at this. I have you on my left. I have the info on the right. Like I said, you're not going to please everybody in the fan base, especially with Dungeons & Dragons, a huge fan base. You have all different kinds of people.
Such a varied fan base and a lot of changes.
Yep.
You want to change
June
the way...
22nd.
Oh, it's not terribly far away.
Right, actually, so I don't forget. This looks like a game I might play. Kind of a game that fits my repertoire right now.
It works.
But yeah, this looks fun. June 9th. Aren't you lucky? Yeah, because I went to the website. It says June 22nd on this website. Where is the YouTube? It's on the website. It says you can pre-order. There's different pre-orders you can get. There's a standard edition, the digital deluxe edition, and then the steelbook edition. So standard edition, if you pre-order, and be the first to play with the Dark Alliance standard edition pre-order, which is the game, and the beholder weapon set. Characters in your party can wield a beholder themed scimitar, bow, axe, scimitar, bow, axe, or hammer. Deluxe edition, you get the game, you get the beholder weapon set, and also the lich weapon set. Characters can wield a lich themed scimitar, bow, axe, or hammer. Echoes of the Blood War expansion content. Get expansion content. Steelbook. Steelbook, you get the game, the Beholder and Lich set, Echoes of the Blood War expansion content, mini art book, official soundtrack of the game, and then collectible steelbook case. 39 for the standard, 59 for the deluxe, and 59 plus for the steelbook. They don't give you an actual price for the steelbook. They said it's just going to be more than $60.
Of course. Those steel books are pretty cool.
All right, there are 4 heroes to choose from. You got Wolfguard. His bio says after 5 years of imprisonment, Wolfgar learned there's more to life than the conflict of elk tribe.
Yeah.
With his colossal hammer and the thirst for adventure, the raghead barbarian will now venture headlong into danger and crush any foe who dares threaten his home. Will threaten his home, Scoob.
Yeah, Wolfgar is
Next
one of
we got-
those interesting. Is one of those novel characters. So yeah, having him in there, that should be interesting.
Oh yeah. So the next character is Drizzt, Drizzt.
Yep.
I said that
Drew
wrong.
Stewart and Dark Elf.
Yep. Dark Elf. He wields the 2 scimitars. I might be butchering that name too. So correct me if I am. With lightning quick ferocity, can call on his astral panther. I can't say that name. Guinevere for a devastating attack. Next, you have Brunar.
Bronar Battlehammer.
Yep. His axe and shield. So, and then the other character you get is Caddy Bree. Correct me if I'm wrong in pronouncing that.
Yep, Caddy Bree.
Yep.
Brunar's adopted
Brunar.
daughter. Wolfgar is his
With
adopted son.
She's got the bow. So there might be more characters released post-launch, maybe, but those are the 4 you start with.
Yeah.
And you can fight together, so it's going to be online co-op. It's an action RPG, so there's some kind of leveling tree to it.
Always is.
Yeah, it's going to be released on all the different platforms. I'm probably get it for Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
Did it say platforms it is? June. Wait, go back up. Brian, choose platform. Yeah, it's Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam, so that means PC and the 2 gens. Yep, this looks like it's just a do another deep dive. Scott's like, man, all you have Xboxes. Yeah.
I mean, I got PS4 and the
he's probably
Series
gonna
X.
get it on Xbox. I said Xbox. You're probably getting on Xbox. And Scott's over here like, why am I left out?
I mean, you know what? To be fair, with Xbox's Game Pass, I mean, unless for me, it's like PlayStation exclusive games, sure, but
Yep. Yeah. So it's PC, PS4, 5, Xbox One, and Series.
Now, if they release it on PlayStation Plus, then yeah, I'd probably get it. But I mean, PlayStation.
Yeah,
I mean, spending a lot of time on PlayStation right now, and I don't have a whole lot of. Oh, look how shaky my hand is.
Sorry, Scott. I'll be getting it on Xbox. I need to start building that library. So, because I'm not really touching my PlayStation as much as I did before. Miles Morales was the last major game, and if they release Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok on there, I might pick that up for it. I know Forbidden West is coming, but I never finished Horizon Zero Dawn, so I would rather finish that before jumping into it.
You should totally do that. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, I know. It's just doing it.
And
It's actually just doing it, but
enough said. Do or do not. There is no try. Don't try and finish it. Finish it.
oh no, I paused because I was reading the Scott, but you read my mind anyway. Although I was not thinking of trying. Q, he said he's stoked for the game because he's a huge Driz fan.
Yeah, he
So-
just got into it too.
Oh yeah, so he said he's a huge fan of that character, so that's a good thing. You know, people are going to get characters they like in the game to play, so be fun. Since it's an action RPG, that's up my wheelhouse, which I love to play action RPGs. I'm
Yeah, well,
definitely
hopefully
gonna
Q
check
has
out.
time to play it. You know, all that time he's been spending in Divinity, he might not have time to add another game to the rotation.
You know,
Unless he uses this as an
Infinity.
excuse to finish up Divinity before this game releases, and how he's got a deadline. Can he meet it?
I did purchase Infinity Original Sin. I never gotten through it. I think I got distracted, but there was another one I purchased and never went back to it. But see what you said. Scott says, I had Xbox forever. I have like 300, 360 games, then switched to PS4 because of roommates and friends had PS4 and had that since PS4 launch. He
Hey,
said he's
nothing wrong
almost
with
done
that.
with
You go with
Divinity.
people you're going to play
Anyways.
with.
See, I can't keep up with my friends. They keep switching on me. They'll go from console to PC within a matter of seconds, and then by the time I get to it, they've already played like a million hours into the game and switched to another game. It's like, dude,
You know,
I
what's the
can't keep
point
up.
then?
So, yeah, Q said he's almost done with Divinity.
Oh. So he's looking for a new game to get sucked into.
I can't remember. Q is Divinity turn based? I can't remember. I did play a little bit of it, but I can't remember. Icon. Yeah, release June 22nd, so that's a Tuesday.
Well, most game releases are on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I know that. I know that the 22nd is a Tuesday because my birthday is that Sunday, which is the 20th.
Far into the... A nice clean line where the bone meets the...
Q says, I don't look for games, games look for me.
Mm-hmm.
It is turn based. Okay, I couldn't remember. Yeah, somebody the Hood Outlaws and Legends game does look very, very interesting. I know I showed that to you, Scoob. That Hood game where you're robbing and pillaging, but you're fighting against another team.
Huh.
So, don't know if I'm gonna check that one out or not. I know my friends have been mentioning it to me, but they play PC. so I'm not on PC. Yeah. Q's leaving, but he says the dragon's looking good. So later, Q.
Thanks, Q. Have a good day.
And the dragon is looking mighty fine. He's gonna hit you with that honey mustard. The yellow. It definitely coming into fruition. The dragon is alive. Super alive. So,
Excuse me. Here we go. Now we get plenty of light on the subject.
I haven't tried out Outriders yet. I know it. I think it is free on Game Pass.
Yeah. Marie tried it. She hated it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it at all yet. I'm not sure if I will or won't.
I've thought about it. I just hadn't gotten there yet.
So yeah, I might try it. Who knows? I might, like I said, I've been doing this thing, going back to older games and playing them, or going back into older content and playing them. So I might jump into older games. So because right now working through Red Dead 2, and then whenever I finish that, or get close to finishing it, it might, this D&D game might drop, or score like Nexus. So who knows? But Q, who mentioned it? You mentioned it in the chat. So somebody mentioned it.
Mentioned what?
Something about Destiny 2. Who mentioned Destiny 2? Just reading back through the chat. Yes, Scott mentioned Destiny 2. I might jump back into Destiny 2 just to see what's going on. Go back to Division 2, see what's going on.
Adding another layer to kind of wash out the blue with this khaki.
And as Scott says, he's all about Destiny 2, top 3% in playtime on PlayStation. Yeah, I did hear about it.
I remember playing the original. I remember playing the original Destiny, and I just wasn't all that. At first, I was kind of like, "Oh, this is kind of fun," but I don't know. Maybe because I never got into playing with a crew.
I know Destiny, I played a lot with the crew. Destiny 2, I did a lot of soloing myself. But you know, they did enough content in Destiny 2 where you could solo if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But
2 hours and got all the blue for the body and this khaki for the underbits. Still thinking about the pads on the feet. But I'd say that's pretty good. Definitely think this will take another couple hours because there's the little claws, the bone, the eyes. Dry brushing on some lighter blue on the high parts. Not really sure how much more definition I can give to the wings. But it's not terrible. What do you guys think?
oh, I like it. I like that. Yeah, that blue yellow. It's a very cool color. Cool colors. It's not loud. You sense the presence of the dragon. He's coming. He's coming for you.
Well, here's our comparison.
Interesting.
This is one I got from the Talons and Fangs and Talons booster sets from Wizkids. Right? And then this one is the one I'm doing. So there we go. Kind of get a good kind of comparison there. This one, he's got more of like the green for the under, where I went with the khaki. Definitely some
Nice and
things for
shiny.
comparison here.
Yeah, Vixen says looks great so far.
Thanks, Vixen. I think we'll definitely continue with this guy next week. Get some more
Scott
of our
says it reminds
details
him
in.
of Wolverine Classic, the blue and yellow. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, I think next week we're gonna continue with our with our young blue dragon and kind of work him through, get some more of the tips and
Family
stuff.
of blue.
Yep. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I kind of like that little bit darker blue too. Said I'm gonna use this magic blue as kind of a dry brush to highlight the top areas. So we'll see how that comes out, and something to kind of highlight these wings a little bit more. Looking at the picture from the monster manual, we can see the wings have like these dark spots in them and some lighter bits. So curious to see how I could try to replicate that. I guess I could do just like some specific spots with like a black wash maybe, or maybe kind of a little kind of flick it with black on some of those areas for the spots. I don't know.
Flick it good. But yeah, that blue and yellow looks great.
So yeah. So thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out with us as we kind of worked on our dragon. Thank you, Rye, for hanging out with me again on another Sunday morning to chit chat about video games and all kinds of other odds and ends that we chat about.
No problem.
If you checking this out and you've gone all the way to the end of the video, thank you. You're awesome and amazing. Please be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe and hit the little bell notification to be notified when more videos come out. Next show is Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for Scoob and Rye, where Rye and I talk movie reviews, video game stuff. We'll probably spend some more time chatting about various video games. There's one on Xbox I want to try and give a shout out. It's Call to the Sea. It's a little indie kind of game. It seemed really fascinating to me, so I might try to do that. Saturdays is live D&D games. 1 p.m. Eastern is Shadow Watch. Group of level 9 adventurers as they kind of work through the Underdark right now. 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday nights is Challenge Accepted. They're currently working through the Ghost of Saltmarsh adventure, Danger in Dunwater. They're going to go croc hunting next weekend, so we will see how that goes. Insert bad impersonations now. And then, of course, back here for Sunday with Scoob next Sunday. Please feel free to leave a comment below, suggestion on what I could do to kind of make this guy pop some more, and or if there's a miniature you'd like me to try and like me to see if I can find a way to procure and tackle, let me know. And with that, you guys have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful week, and we will see you on our next stream. Bye, everybody.
Peace.